All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fabs in the house, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have something very interesting on the table right over here. This is a pretty full custom indeed. It is the launch. Would you look at this? It's a TJ and Frank Fisher collab, and I have to say thank you to my buddy Tim for sending this thing along, so I'm able to check it out and share my impressions with you guys. And in the meantime, you can check out Fablades.com and see what is going on there. Maybe at Fablades on Instagram. See also if there's anything you are interested in commenting over there or over here, right here, down here. You can let me know what are your thoughts about this beauty right over here. This is a very, very interesting knife. Let's go ahead and check out. The blade is 9 centimeters long for the cutting edge and 11 and a half for the handle, 20 and a half overall for this bad boy right over here. I want to show you a couple. Well, this guy I have to show you because it's a nice view. You see some plain Jane and something a little bit less plain Jane. Like this fella right over here. I got a Doucette Canadian-made, pretty good piece right there. What else can I show you? This fella right over here. Look at this DB Fraley. Since we are talking about full custom, sorry, fully dressed knives. What else? So this fella right over here, you get to see a Whittaker in the house. The blade is like also pretty spectacular. And let's pull this out. And also, yeah, a couple of staples in the house you might be familiar with. This is the F95 NL from Shirogorov and Neon NL as well from Shirogorov. A couple of custom division right over here. Anyways, this fella is a fully dressed launch. It's coming. Look at this with this full Damascus set of scales, backspacer, pocket clip. The pivot is also inlaid with Damascus on both sides. Would you look at this? The blade, this is an XHP Sanmai. Look at the core, pretty centered right here. I mean, you have Sanmai colors as well. And I mean, this thing is gorgeous. It's looking pretty cool. It is a full custom, of course. It is a very expensive knife. The materials are superb. The fit and finish also is very, very nice. Like, I do not see any, maybe just a little bit of dirt right over here. But I don't see anything off. Like, the pivot is spectacularly flush. It's a custom pivot, so I'm not going to be able to take this apart. This is just going to stay like that because you need a special tool to take it apart. So let's see. It is a flipper knife. It has a nice blade, one of my favorite profiles. It has a full set of scales. There's no lightning pockets, no holes. I mean, there are holes, but no weight reduction, I mean. So these are pretty thick slabs, so this is gonna reflect a little bit on the weight, which we can actually check it out right away. So this is done. I'm gonna do in ounces. So 7.04 ounces. Yeah, you're gonna feel this fella right over here for sure. The scales are contoured, so they're not flat, so they have some 3D-ness going on. Beautiful Damascus, of course. Looks like boomerang. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have 5 holes on the show side only. Pocket clip is pretty short, tip-up carry only. It's a little bit, I don't know if it's bent, but probably it should be sitting like this, but it's a little bit like that, so you can now easily insert your pants. No stainless steel lock face insert, but geometry is pretty good. You get to see the inscription, maybe from one angle, somewhere like that, on the back spacer, which is also time maskless. It's geared, it's absolutely flush with the scales, and pretty much like blends with the show side scale. The lock side is a little bit less dense at that height. It's pretty cool. So one thing that I'm not really a fan of is the accessibility for the lock bar, because it's a little bit uncomfortable, but it's fine. You can just do it, angle a little bit, and you're gonna be able to press it down. There's no over travel lock bar stabilizer, so just be careful and mindful of that. I really love how the lock bar cut is externally done like this. Very, very cool indeed. And also in the other fella is the same, so that's interesting. It is the lines are very cool. It's this blade profile is suiting this handle, I would say, and when it's closed, you can appreciate the blade pattern through the holes. That's pretty neat. Also, the blues and the yellows and the little bit of oranges up here are contributing to make this guy pretty spectacular, pretty dressy, I would say. You have the stop pin right over here, which you can see a little bit better on the show side. On the lock side is kind of well concealed, not so much right over here, but it's fine. I mean, the let's check actually the stock thickness. I wanted to see. You get 4.2 millimeters. Behind the edge, this fella is going to be 0.7 millimeters. It's a hollow grind, I would say Warncliffe, with a pretty cool hollow swedge going on up there. No jimping going on over here on the spine, but you have a nice thumb rest. Look at that. That's pretty neat indeed. No jimping, but this is gonna be... There's no jimping anywhere. I mean, I wouldn't consider this jimping. It's just like some grooves. The flipper tab, you might miss it because there's no jimping and just it's nicely rounded off. Actually, there is a little bit of jimping right over here, but this is not meant like to do a push button. This is more like a light switch, and the jimping should be placed like on the top here, like that. But sometimes you just do this. Sometimes you can misfire, but it's not a big deal. If you know, you're not gonna do it. That's it. Of course, this fella is running on bearings. You can see from this side there is no detent ball ramp. You have the stop pin that's going like right over there, as you can see, and there's no billboarding except for the inside of the back spacer, and the overall action is pretty good, I have to say. The detent is medium firm, and the closing action is also very nicely dialed in. Blade stock is thick, so you're gonna get like this slow controlled action, which is very, very nice. You would expect a little bit more drop shotty for this thing because being like this chunky, but it's fantastic like that. I really appreciate this kind of closure. It's very, very good. Pretty much kind of like the same thing that this thing does. So this is even slower. You gotta encourage this a little bit more. But you know what I mean? It's not fast, and I love it. It's very, very cool, controlled closing action on bearings. Look at this. Very, very pleasant, I would say. The sound, subdued. It's not low, high. It's pretty low on volume. Donk, tink. Lower pitch on the closing, higher pitch on the opening. Stonk, tink. It's pretty cool. And also what is cool, oh, I hit myself, that's good. What is cool is like the handling of this guy. There's no hot spots whatsoever. The clip is nicely rounded off. It's tip-up carry only with the hidden hardware on the inside. It's screwed in from the inside, so you're not going to be able to mount it on this side. The two slabs for the handles are held together with these 3 Chicago screws passing through the back spacer right there. Blade is perfectly centered, safely recessed. Nothing is gonna be hitting you. It's super solid, like there's no flex, nothing is moving. Obviously, it's very well put together. I like this part over here, especially where you see the core and you see all the layers of the Damascus. It's very, very cool indeed. It's an expensive one. Thanks again, team, for sending this guy along. It is a nice one, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned.